Welcome to yet another video from Lamp of Wisdom. Imagine a world where the familiar rhythm of seasons is broken, where the crisp, invigorating bite of winter is a relic of the past. A world where the playful dance of snowflakes is replaced by a relentless humid heat. This isn't a dystopian fantasy, it's a potential future, a future where the last snowflake has melted and the final glacier has surrendered its ancient grip. The most immediate and visually striking consequence would be the dramatic reshaping of our coastlines. As the vast ice sheets of Greenland and Antarctica melt along with countless glaciers worldwide, sea levels would rise by over 70 meters. Coastal cities, the cradles of civilization for millennia, would be submerged. Picture New York, not just a few flooded streets, but entire boroughs swallowed by the encroaching Atlantic. Imagine London, its iconic landmarks disappearing beneath the Thames, the Houses of Parliament becoming a ghostly underwater ruin. Tokyo, Shanghai, Mumbai, Rio de Janeiro, all transformed into watery graves, claimed by the relentless tide. Millions would become climate refugees, their homes, their histories, their very identities submerged, forcing them to seek refuge in higher, often already crowded lands. This mass displacement would trigger unprecedented humanitarian crises, straining resources and creating social and political instability on a global scale. But the rising waters are merely the most visible symptom of a much deeper malaise. As the ice melts, new landscapes, vast plains, and valleys once buried beneath miles of ice would be exposed. Imagine the Canadian Shield, a vast expanse of ancient rock slowly emerging from its icy shroud. These new lands might offer a temporary respite, a place for displaced communities to rebuild. But this new world wouldn't be a welcoming paradise. It would be a world in climate chaos. The delicate balance of our planet's weather systems, meticulously calibrated by ocean currents and atmospheric patterns, would be violently disrupted. The Gulf Stream, which warms Europe, could weaken or even collapse, plunging the continent into a mini ice age, even as the rest of the world swelters. Coastal regions would face a constant barrage of superstorms, monstrous hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones fueled by warmer ocean waters would devastate coastal communities. Inland, droughts would grip the land, turning fertile fields into barren deserts. The American Midwest, the breadbasket of the world, could become a dust bowl. Wildfires would rage, consuming forests, homes, and entire ecosystems in their path. The Amazon rainforest, a vital lung of the planet, could become a tinderbox. The weather wouldn't just be unpredictable, it would be violently hostile, a force of nature unleashed. And what of the creatures that call these icy realms home? Polar bears, apex predators of the Arctic, would struggle to find shrinking ice floes to hunt on, facing starvation and extinction. Penguins, their breeding grounds disappearing beneath the waves, would face similar fates. Seals, walruses, and other Arctic marine mammals would suffer catastrophic population declines. Entire ecosystems intricately woven around the presence of ice and snow would collapse. The Arctic and Antarctic, once symbols of pristine wilderness, would become battlegrounds for survival, a tragic testament to human impact. But the melting ice holds another, more insidious threat. Permafrost, the permanently frozen ground that blankets vast swaths of the Arctic, is thawing. And as it thaws, it releases not just water but also vast quantities of methane, a greenhouse gas far more potent than carbon dioxide. This accelerates global warming, creating a terrifying feedback loop, a runaway train of climate change. And trapped within the permafrost, ancient microbes, long dormant, are being unleashed, potentially triggering new and unpredictable disease outbreaks. Imagine viruses and bacteria, frozen for millennia, suddenly re-emerging, finding new hosts in a world ill-prepared to face them. Our freshwater supplies, the lifeblood of civilization, would be drastically affected. Glaciers act as natural reservoirs, slowly releasing meltwater throughout the year, sustaining rivers, lakes, and underground aquifers. As they disappear, communities that rely on this vital resource would face severe water shortages, leading to conflict and displacement. Imagine entire regions, from the Himalayas to the Andes, struggling for access to clean drinking water, a basic human right, suddenly turned into a precious and increasingly scarce commodity. Agriculture, which depends heavily on reliable water sources, would be devastated, leading to food shortages and widespread famine. The economic consequences would be catastrophic. Coastal infrastructure, ports, power plants, transportation networks, all would be crippled. The agricultural sector would be devastated by changing weather patterns, water scarcity, and pest outbreaks. Global trade, reliant on functioning ports and stable supply chains, would grind to a halt. The insurance industry would collapse under the weight of unprecedented claims. The world economy would be thrown into turmoil, plunging billions into poverty. And as resources dwindle and tensions rise, social and political unrest would become inevitable. Competition for food, water, and habitable land would fuel conflict both within and between nations. We would face a humanitarian crisis of unimaginable proportions, a world struggling to cope with mass displacement, resource scarcity, and the breakdown of social order. The very fabric of our societies would be tested, and the future of human civilization would hang in the balance. This isn't a prophecy of doom, but a stark warning, a warning about the fragility of our planet and the interconnectedness of its systems. The melting ice is a symptom of a deeper sickness, a sickness of our own making. But it's not too late. We still have time to act, to change course, to transition to a sustainable future, to heal the planet. The choice is ours. Will we listen to the silent screams of the melting ice, or will we ignore them until it's too late? The future of our world, the future of humanity, hangs in the balance. If you liked this video, then please like, share, and subscribe the channel.